Unfortunately, there are a lot of our children, youth, teens, and young adults who are out here carrying and using weapons one against the other. It's been a lot of criticism about that, and due to, unfortunately, we've had a pretty high death rate around here. Pretty violent around here, where I live. A lot of those children aren't doing that to be tough or trying to be some type of thug or gangster. A lot of them are doing it to protect themselves. As to, a lot of them have been violated and abused, and nothing's been done about it. And nothing's been done about it either because they haven't told, they've been blamed for it, or they don't know how to express it. And they probably have told, and still nothing was done about it. So yes, they will defend themselves in any way they figure they need to do how. Now, why is it violence one against the other? Pretty much the abuse and violation goes on between children, or children older than younger children, or teenagers among small children, and sometimes those within the same age group. There's a lot of violation and abuse that goes on amongst our children that isn't being corrected. Some people say, oh, that's just kids being kids. They're going to fight. Okay, well, for some of those children, that fighting leads to other things where violation goes on. And when I say violation, I mean sexual. I try to stem away from that word so that the video won't be banned or taken down. But a lot of children are violating each other due to being violated by someone else, whether it be another child, a teenager, or an adult. So those children are acting out what's being done to them because they don't know how to express it. Their mental capacity isn't there yet, so they don't understand what that is. I clearly understand what that is, as I was a child who grew up abused and violated. I didn't understand what it was, didn't have the mental capacity to understand what was happening. I just knew it was wrong. There are many children going through that. And I'm one child who learned to carry weapons to protect myself. I became very skilled at pocket knife, switchblades, bats. And as I got older, guns. Every summer, we would go down south, home to visit our relatives. And yep, I would be right out there in the country with all my country cousins and all them weapons and knives and whatever they had. And I was learning how to use them. They didn't know it. They were teaching me to defend myself. I just always ask them, let me see that. How you use this? Show me again. Those type of things. So they just figured that I was a cousin just trying to learn. They didn't know that they was teaching me to defend myself. And by the time I got to high school, yeah, I was very mastered in switchblade, pocket knife. I knew how to pull it, use it, keep people off me. Thankful enough, I never had any type of juvenile cases, got picked up or anything like that. People who just knew me knew that, yeah, she had something on her. If you're going to fight her, she got something on her. I was associated to fighting, but I didn't fight very much. A few physical altercations. And I can say that those people that I had physical altercations with, they were lucky because that day I wasn't carrying for whatever reason. I didn't take it with me because I didn't want it around my teammates or any of my band members. But anytime other than that, yeah, I was carrying. And I think about that often when it comes to our youth. Like, now, what are they going through that they have to carry? I know what I went through. I know what some people that I went to school, what they went through. And yes, they carry weapons as well to defend themselves. Now, there are also people who say, well, you can't say anything to our youth. Every time you say something to them, they're going off, their moms is going off. Well, sometimes those words you say and how you approach are triggers. A lot of times you figure that you may be coming with concern, but you're attacking, you're accusing instead of asking and listening. So yes, that child, preteen, teenager, yes, they're going to go off. That mother whose mental capacity may not be there, or she probably have possibly been abused herself, yeah, she's going off too, because yes, she sees you as attacking her child, picking with her child. How many times have you heard that? You just picking with my child. You just messing with my child. They've been through it themselves, or they've seen it themselves. They've lived in a household with it. So yeah, that's how they see it as well. So you ask, how do you come to a solution to help someone with that? They have to seek help themselves. Now, how do you deal with that? Be mindful, careful, and respectful of how you approach people. I have young children and teenagers pass through here all the time. But sometimes they may throw trash. Sometimes they may cut through my yard. And I just say, hey, pick that trash up. You can hand it to me. I'll throw it away for you. If I see someone cut through my yard, hey, don't cut through my yard. Use the sidewalk. I'll be careful of my tone with them because I don't know. Maybe they're cutting through my yard because it's a safe way or a shortcut to safety. I don't know where they're going or where they're coming from. So I just check my tone. I don't yell, I don't scream because I don't know why they're doing that. That child just throwing their trash down. Maybe they've never been taught to clean up. Or I don't know what they're throwing down. But I know that the trash shouldn't go in front of my house or in my yard. So I tell them, hey, pick that up. Hand it to me, I'll throw it away for you. Just be mindful and respectful because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what they've experienced. Now, I'm not saying any of this to condone what some children, preteens, and teenagers are doing purposely. I know some do some little things. They take a little something and they run with it. I know that. But there are some who are actually going through something, experiencing something, and they are trying to protect and defend themselves. That is why they're carrying those weapons. Now you ask, how do they get those weapons? Well, it takes nothing to get a pocket knife or a switchblade. Now, as far as the gun, yeah, that's something else. And how that is acquired, how they obtain those, it is not all the time that the weapon is not locked up. Sometimes they obtain them from another friend who may be going through the same thing, or an adult who doesn't know how to handle the issue. And yeah, they will give a child a weapon. Here, take this home. You got a problem going on at home? I can't get in that. I don't have nothing to do with that, but here, you can take this to protect yourself. A lot of that goes on. How do you address it? Be mindful of how you come into contact with people. If you think or feel that a child is going through something, just go into conversation with them. Let them talk to you. Don't dig and ask for questions. Let them talk. They'll say enough or give you enough keywords to know that something is going on. What you want to do is garner trust with them. A trust of conversation. And then you go into helping them. Me only had that out of a few adults. And I knew that I could trust them. They didn't know all of what was going on with me, but they figured that something was wrong. So yeah, they looked out. So I encourage everybody, just be mindful of how you're dealing with our children, our preteens and our teenagers and our young adults. We just don't know. You don't know what they're going through, what they're experiencing. Just be mindful how you approach them and just allow them to talk to you. You never know what or how of a service you could be to them. Not trying to be all in the family business or the aspect of that, the mechanics of how that works. But you could be someone that they trust, and you could be a person, a resource to them, to another resource to where they can actually get help. You just don't know. So I encourage you all, just be mindful of our youth. Be slow to criticize and quicker to listen.